Hello YouTube, Martin Ferret here again, back with more stuff. I have Popples, lots and lots of Popples. So let's get started looking at them. I'm going to start with the older ones first, and then work my way to the more recents. I should preface this video by saying two things. One, I do not have all the Popples, so this isn't a comprehensive video. And two, there's a cat in this room. Now she's being good at the moment, but when she's awake and active, she likes to meow and scratch things. So if you hear something weird in the background, that's what it is. Okay, so let's start with these. These are the older Popples you're going to find. This is Packy Popple. Packy is one of 3 Popples made by Amtoy. Packy did not appear in the TV show. He's completely unique to Amtoy. These Popples do not have pouches, so they don't roll up. They're just teddy bears. Now, there is more to say about these particular Popples, but let's put a pin in that for right now. The other one is Penny. Penny is the only girl that I'm aware of. Nice peachy colored Popple. Some of these Popples, if you shop around for them, you'll see that there are variations in their colors. Like, you might find a Penny with, say, a blue tummy and yellow pads, for example. That does happen. There are plenty of Mavericks of these Amtoy Popples. They weren't consistent in their color schemes. So I don't really know what Penny is supposed to look like, or Packy for that matter. Or the third one, Plucky. This one's new with tags. And you'll see right away that Plucky Popple is different from the others. He's got this weird little slot in his tummy and a stopper at the bottom. He's like a little bank, isn't he? Well, he is a bank Popple. Now, Packy and Penny are also supposed to be bank Popples, and you can see on this Packy in particular where a slot should be. If you look real careful, you can see it. But there's no slot and there's no stopper at the bottom. Same with Penny. So these are Maverick bank Popples. They're supposed to have banks in them, and you can find Packies and Pennies with banks, but the ones in my collection don't have the banks. You can also find Plucky without the bank, though Plucky is much harder to find without the bank. But this is how the Popples are supposed to be. And like the plush versions, the bank version of Plucky does not roll up. He's just basically a teddy bear. Okay, now let's get into the main 9. The main 9 Popples came in 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. We'll start with the 3 small ones. This is Potato Chip, Pretty Bit, and Putter. Bit hard to see in these bags. I don't really want to take them out because unpacking them is a pain. But you guys have all seen these Popples before. Okay, next is the medium Popples. We'll start with Puzzle because Puzzle is my favorite. I've got 2 Puzzle for some reason. This one is shy, so he's hiding his eyes. And the other medium is Prize. Now the 3 big ones. We'll start with... Oh, wait. There's still one more medium one. Puffball. How could I forget Puffball? White is the rarest color for Popples. I think Puffball is the only one. Red, I think, is the second rarest color. Okay, now we'll get the 3 big ones. This is Pancake. Now, in this bag with Pancake is a smaller version of Pancake. This one is actually a little clip. The arms clasp so they can hold on to things. It's kind of cool. This is Party. Party is the Popples mascot. And then we have PC. PC is the leader of the Popples. Now, I'll give you a little bit of Popple trivia here. All male Popples have red plastic noses, and all female Popples have pink felt noses. It actually took me a while to notice that. Okay, now let's get into the slightly more recent ones. This is an exception. This is just another potato chip that I happen to have. But this one is Punkity. Punkity is one of two Rockstar Popples, the other one being Punkster. I do not have Punkster in my collection. I also don't have Bibsy and Cribsy, the baby Popples. I may get them at some point, but I don't have them right now. Punkity and Punkster were Season 2, as was Punkster. Another Season 2 Popple would be the Pufflings. Pufflings are like a subspecies of Popple. They didn't talk in the cartoon show, but they did have like messages inside them, like fortune cookies that had jokes and riddles and stuff on them. The actual toys have that too. He's got like a roll of tape inside him that you can pull out that has jokes written on it. This one is still sealed on the box, so I can't really see what any of the jokes look like, but yeah. So this is a late model. You can see that the prices were only going down. The Popples didn't last long after Season 2. One thing that the cartoon shows about Pufflings is that when a group of them join together, they can actually form objects. You see this only once or twice in the cartoon, but like, for example, if you have enough of them, they can form like a bird, and they can actually fly like that. You know, they can form things. It's kind of funny. I guess that's their gimmick, apart from telling jokes. Next, you have the sports Popples. I forget how many there were, and I am technically missing one because one of them, Custer, was never made in plush form for some reason. But I have all the sports Popples that were committed to plush. This is TD, or Touchdown. He folds up into a football. Say I have one out. You can see what he looks like in football form. The sports Popples were much harder to roll up because they don't really have pouches. You have to sort of squish them into their little backpacks. It's hard to describe. Don't know if I can do this with one hand or not, but give you a visual. Yeah, you just sort of have to scrunch him up inside of this little pocket that he has. Unlike the other Popples that just sort of flip, these you have to scrunch them into themselves. I don't really like the sports Popples because they're difficult to manipulate, but there you go. Okay, this is Dunker, the basketball Popple, and he's very long. He's very, very long. And with him, I have, let's see, this is Pitcher, the baseball Popple. He's hard to see in this bag. But he's basically PC, just wearing a baseball uniform. And he folds up to form a baseball. Here you have Big Kick, the soccer Popple. He becomes a soccer ball. And then this one is Net Set. Net Set is a tennis ball Popple. I can't remember if Net Set was in the cartoon or not. I think he was. But as a plush, he's actually fairly rare because he wasn't available in the States. He was a European exclusive for some reason. And next would be Custer, but Custer, again, doesn't exist as a plush. Okay, so now we get into the 2001 Popples. No, was it 2001? Yes, 2001. The Toy Max Popples. I do not have their names memorized. This one's Pinwheel Penny. And I think this one is Pixie Doodle, if I'm not mistaken. These, in my opinion, these have better faces than the original 9, but they don't feel as good, you know, to roll up, in my opinion. Bag of popcorn. This is Polka Dotty. There's like 3 of them in here. It's not that I like Polka Dotty that much. It's just that, you know, sometimes I'm buying another Popple. A Polka Dotty would come packaged with a lot, so I got 3 of them that way. Kind of the same with Pinwheel Penny, except one of these is actually a Maverick, if I can show it. Yes, here it is. See, her name is supposed to be Pinwheel Penny, but this one says Penny Pinwheel on the foot pad. So this one is a Maverick. Kind of cool. These Popples were never in a cartoon or anything, so there's no animated series showing these Popples. So we don't know anything about their personalities. Too bad, right? Next is one of the big Popples. I've shown this one in another video. I think this is Pizzazzy Jazzy. I think that's her name. There's another one. What's it? Popsy Daisy, and I'm not gonna remember the other one's name. These light up and they have sounds, like they giggle and stuff. Like I said, I do have a video of this one in action. I could press her ear right now and demonstrate, but I took the batteries out so they wouldn't corrode inside, so this one's dead, kind of. But I do have a video showing her in action if you want to see that. Next to the 2007 Popples, there was only 4 of them. I have 3 of the 4. I absolutely do not remember their names. The only one whose name I really remember is Monster Pop, the boy Popple of the set. He's supremely rare. I've never even seen one for sale. Last are the 2016 Netflix Popples. This is Bubbles. I got this just so I could say that I had one, but I do not like the Netflix Popples. In fact, I despise them. So I bought this one only so I could say that I have one. I have one. I'm satisfied. Okay, now here's some of the Popples I have who are loose. I want to show that there are some variations in them. Like, these are 2 puzzle Popples. Look at the face of this one. Look at the face of this one. They're subtly different. This one, like most Popples, was made in South Korea. And this one, I can't remember where it was made, and his tag is worn out, so I can't read it. It's either Taiwan or Hong Kong. But you'll notice that he is, apart from having a slightly different face, he's also smaller. So there are variations among the original 9. There's variations among the sports Popples, too. Though the only one I've ever seen a variation in is Big Kick, the soccer Popple. He has a smaller version and a version with a slightly different face, like a larger muzzle and smaller puffs. So there's variations. This is what a Popple looks like when they're rolled up. This is Puffball. Not the easiest to undo. And I can't do it with one hand, but you get the idea. This is Prize. Another prize that I have. I got this one for free from a thrift store. She was in the charity bin. And this is what an original 9 Popple looked like in box. This is Puzzle. Like I said, he's my favorite, so he's the one I wanted to get. Look how nice the plush is. I'll give you a bit of Popple trivia. What you call a fluffy, funny group. A giggle of Popples. So, you don't say a group of Popples, you say a giggle of Popples. A lot of people don't know that. Also, if you look at their colors, you might think that Popples are just random bright colors. They're not actually. Like, for example, using puzzle here. This here is blue. This here is red. Red and blue make purple, so he has purple. He's red. He's got yellow. Red and yellow make orange. All the Popples are like that. Some of them might have one floating color, like Prize has white, but otherwise all the colors come together. So they've got a color wheel logic going on. I also have my own Popples. I'll show you one of them. That's Pixel. He doesn't follow the color wheel thing, but I like Popples enough where I wanted to make my own. So anyway, so that's my Popples collection. Sorry if it wasn't all that comprehensive or enlightening or anything. I just wanted to show the Popples I have. Anyway, the cat was very good. I'm surprised. I don't think she showed up even once. Let's see. Where is she anyway? I want to get her on camera. Maybe next time. Anyway, talk to you guys later when hopefully I have more things. Maybe I'll find Monster Pop. Maybe I'll find Punkster, Bibsy, and Cribsy. Maybe I'll find a lot of all the Netflix Popples, and if they're cheap enough, you know what, I just buy them. Well, until then, take care and good night.